Nobody reads short stories.
Hey everyone, I'm Jeremy,
And I'm Megan.
and you're watching Nobody Reads Short Stories.
Cranky edition.
Quirky edition. I guess that's true. It's not Nobody Reads Short Stories anymore because we are on hiatus while we're looking for new stories.
That's right. So if you have a story that you would like us to consider to present here on Nobody Reads Short Stories, please go to our website at nobodyreadshortstories.com. All of our submission information is down at the bottom. We are 100% committed to all kinds of stories, all diverse voices, all lengths of stories. If you have a micro short or if you have a novella, we'll split it up into 2 episodes. If you have an action adventure story or a romance story, please send it our way. We can't wait to read your story.
Yes, and your story, if it's chosen, will be everywhere. It'll be on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube Live.
And Apple Podcasts.
And Apple Podcasts. That is true. That is true. What else do we need to talk
So
about?
if you haven't signed up for any of our podcasts, please do that now. And you can download any of our audio podcasts from any of those platforms. Also, if you haven't signed up for our YouTube channel, please go and subscribe to that and like our channel. Every time somebody subscribes or every time we get a little thumbs up, it helps us and it helps our community grow. So we would really appreciate you showing us a little bit of love.
By the way, everyone, I just found this out, but if you click on the bell, there's a little bell, I think it's on the bottom right, you will be notified immediately when we have a new post. So,
Ooh, exciting.
so people who
Ring
have
that
issues
bell.
with technology, my mom, maybe you should press that button.
That's amazing. You know, I have subscribed to things in the past and then I forget about them until I'm like, hey, wait, I remember that thing I subscribed to. So the bell is amazing.
The bell's
That way you
amazing.
never miss out on any notifications. Speaking of notifications, if you would like to know what's going on with my other projects that aren't Nobody Reads Short Stories related, you can go to my website, meganamorrison.com, and sign up for notification emails. And every time I post something, you will get a notification in your inbox.
Same with me, except don't subscribe to Megan to get information about me.
Won't work.
It won't work. It just doesn't. So go to jeremyraystories.com and you'll also get a micro story every week. And this is why you're here. We're going to do Cranky Talk.
Yeah, it's time to crank cranky. Tonight, we're going to try something a little new. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of extra time. We're going to go for 7 minutes.
We're going to go for 7 minutes. We've had it requested to go a little longer from me and Megan. And we're also sort of viewers, so we're going to do that. Also, that probably didn't land at all. People are making scrunched up faces. I'm glad you're laughing, Megan. But people have also asked for more time. So we're going to see how that works. You all vote and tell us whether you want 5 minutes or 7 minutes, and we'll do whatever you say.
All right, ready?
We're ready.
All right, 7 minutes. Jeremy, you going first?
Sure. All right. So guess what we have in the mail?
Oh my gosh. So for all of those listening on podcast, Jeremy is holding up The Gatherings by Jeremy Ray, his very first book.
Yeah, this guy is actually me. So it's really cute. It fits in your pocket. It's a short story. Actually, technically, it's a novelette, but I don't like that word, so I do not have that on my book.
So what is the difference between a novelette and a novella?
Very good question. It's word count.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely in novelette category. I'm almost touching novella, but I was like, listen, I'd rather undersell myself and call it a short story than call myself a novelette. So I have a funny story. Megan said it was funny, so I'm going to share it. My mom was reading this story, and I do this weird thing. For a debut, it's really weird to do, but one of the stylistic choices I do is that my narrator crosses out words and uses other words instead. And my mom called me today, and it was really cute. She's like, Jeremy, you know you have your rough draft out there, right? And I'm like, no, that's actually a choice. And she's like, okay. And then my boyfriend's dad did the same thing. I just think it's really cute.
So would you say that choice landed well
With other people, they liked
with
it.
other people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I've gotten reviews from Bookstagrammers already, and it's exciting. I have like 15 reviews. It was something I didn't even expect. I was reaching out for posts and stuff, and then all of a sudden reviews started coming in. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't know about this. I'd be so nervous.
So for those of you who don't know, last week Jeremy had his book party release for the gatherings, and so it's now available to everyone on Amazon. So you can go to Amazon right now and you can buy it and you can have it and you can read it, and it's amazing.
Thanks,
So
Megan.
people have seen it and they bought it and they read it and they thought it's amazing and they've written reviews, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
check out
I'm
the
glad these people
reviews.
have good taste.
Yeah, I like the reviews too. I really enjoyed reading them. They're funny and cute. So as long as they're not 2 stars, I love them.
Yes.
So far, none of those.
Yes.
Don't you dare buy my book just to leave me a 2 star review. I'll find you. I'm just kidding. I won't
That's
find you.
right. Don't leave a review if it's 2 stars or less.
No, you
I
can
think.
leave an honest review.
No? Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to be best friends, but I do appreciate you leaving your review.
So that's so amazing. I'm so proud of you, Jeremy. I'm so happy for
Thank
you,
you,
and
Megan.
that this is going to be like the first of many books to come.
Thank you, Megan. So now that I talked about myself enough, let's go to
Uh-huh,
you, Megan.
uh-huh.
What are you reading?
So I finished this book this week called The Orphan Master's Son. It won
That's a
the
crazy title. I
Pulitzer,
love that
right?
title.
It won the Pulitzer Prize in 2013, so I'm a little late to the game, but a friend of mine recently recommended it to me. It's a fiction novel based in North Korea, and it's divided up into two separate parts. And so the first part, it's this beautiful lyrical section that's called the biography of Jean Do, and Jean Do is the main character that you're following, and it's all about him moving through the North Korean regime and just growing up in a communist state and his dreams and his wishes. And I was reading it, and I was kind of like, okay, this is really good, and I really like this language, but where is this going? And I just kept thinking, like, where is it going? And I almost gave up because you know how I give up on books. But then I got to the second part and it totally blew my mind. And then you realize, like, this is what this guy, I'm not going to tell you what he's doing, but this is what this guy is doing in his book. And I think it's a great example of how an author can use the form of the book to elevate the content.
Hmm.
So it's almost like a book within a book sort of situation. And
Oh.
then it turns into this amazing, like, spy thriller love story that's a little bit bananas, a little bit absurd, but it's also dark and violent and funny. And I think it really captures the vibe of being in a state where you can't tell what is truth and what is lies. And so I would highly recommend. And Adam Johnson, who is the writer, actually went to North Korea and visited and
Hmm.
talked to people who had defected from North Korea. So he it feels very authentic, and
You finished it, right?
I did,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, I finished it. It was really good. Once I got to the second part, it was like such a fun read. It was just I just zoomed through it.
I love that you almost shut that book too.
I know, right? So I have this problem where
I don't know if it's a problem. I think
I
it's
don't know if it's
actually what book readers should be able to do. I have the problem because I finish bad books.
well, but I mean, I was 150 pages into this book, and I was like, I think I'm going to give up on it. But I'm so glad that I didn't give up on it because I loved it. And other people that I've talked to have said, like, Megan, you're crazy. The first 150 pages are great. So to each reader his or her own. Um, so yeah, sometimes I feel like I give up on books a little too easily, but
I think 150 pages is a pretty. I think
right.
that's. I. I. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But sometimes, like, I'm with this with movies too. Like, sometimes you go through and you're like, where is this going? Where is this going? And then you get to the end and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I got to the end because that just changes everything that I just saw, and it makes it worth it. No, you don't agree? Jeremy's getting in
you
your
get
face.
some time for that. Like I'll give a book like 60 pages, you know. But like once it goes beyond that, like I don't appreciate it. Like just I mean Megan just scared the crap out of herself.
I was like, I had a preemptive jump
Megan.
in my mind. I was ready to jump and it hasn't even gone off yet.
We got 2 jumps out of Megan today. That was brilliant. Oh, I'm
my
crying.
I feel like since we went 2 minutes longer, I got ready to jump at 5.
Yeah, no,
Even
that
though-
was that felt good. But listeners, let us know what you think. Would you prefer 5 minutes or 7 minutes? 7 minutes, you might get 2 jumps from Megan.
I've definitely been conditioned. The bell has conditioned me.
That was great. That was really good. Thank you
All
all for
right.
listening. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really does help our algorithm and makes us grow. And that's what we're trying to do is grow so we can like get short stories across to more people.
Yes, we want to grow our short story community so that more people will know how awesome short stories are.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. We're going to be back next week, so check us out. We're going to talk about more books. I started Circe, so I'm sure I'll finish it and have things to say about that, possibly, maybe.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Bye.